1 minute.
Gotcha.
We're doing Skype on Friday for Chopper.
Oh, really? Like, what do you mean? Like,
No,
she's gonna be on the show via Skype?
Yeah.
Is that possible?
Yeah, because we tried it on our other show last Sunday. Yeah. It went pretty good. So just test it muna. If it doesn't work during pre-show, then we won't do it.
What's this? What was I gonna say? What show?
28A.
Why? Oh, because of Julia was in the States?
It was pretty good.
We did it with Leia Salonga.
Was it good?
Yeah.
No,
It's all right.
We can try it out.
By the way, how can people download the old like Leia Salonga episodes and all that other shit?
We have to figure that one out because iTunes deletes the older episodes every so often. Like we only have, for example, 100. And if we go past 100, they have to delete previous episodes.
All right.
Okay. See a disclaimer in 5.
Welcome to the podcast on this Wednesday night, September 11th, 2013. Good Times in the Podcast Season 2 brought to you by Globe. Sorry we didn't get a show these past couple days because of the weather. We were supposed to have one yesterday with our guest, but unfortunately because of the flooding and stuff like that, we had to cancel last night. So he is here tonight, and I'm really excited about it. Going to introduce him in a few seconds here. First, though, the phone number, 478-7954. You can also Skype us, The Good Times Podcast. Text 0927-214-1981. And as early as now, we have a ton of calls lined up and ready to go. And I know that this is going to be a really fun show because he is very entertaining. He's been on the podcast several times, and every time we get such great reviews because he's fucking funny, super sharp. And I want to know a little bit more about his new role as the consultant for tourism in the capital city. Please welcome on the program, back on the show, Carlos Celdran. Hi, Carlos. Wait, I have some sort of like one of those old, the Kuya Germs kind of shit. Hold on, here we go. Fantastic. There you go. But hey, nice to have you back, man.
Oh, thanks, man. Nice to be back. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
I hope your dog's okay.
Yeah, fuck, man. Shit. My dog ate a tennis ball the other day, and I'm kind of like trying to, I'm suspended on the radio because of some shit we said on air. So obviously that comes with no pay, and the suspension is like 6 months. So I'm like, fuck, there goes my salary. And then of course my family that I have to look after, my mom, I'm paying my dad's like hospital bills when he passed away. So I'm like trying to, as much as possible, not spend as much. And all of a sudden my dog swallows a tennis ball. And the first thing I think of is like, oh my God, my son, I love him. And then, oh fuck, how much is this going to cost?
And I'm
$250,000 later.
In pesos, you're spending in U.S.
Yes, yeah, in pesos. No, because I earn in U.S. Wow. I earn in pesos. So I'm like $250,000 pesos later, the tennis ball is out of his system. But
wow. But I mean, at least you can see the damage was kind of obvious, and you kind of know where your money's going. Because sometimes, when I had my dog emergency, sometimes vets will say anything just to make you pay.
Sure.
Because as I said, you're in a panic, right? If they told you your dog needs stem cells right that very moment, and like a doggy brain transplant,
sure,
for $250,000 US, you would say yes at the heat of the moment, right? I mean, come on, who wouldn't?
Yeah, because that's exactly kind of what they told me. The doctor was like, "Hey, listen, I know this is expensive. You have to know that it's major surgery and stuff, or we can euthanize him." And I'm like, "What do you put a person on that spot? What are they going to do? Yeah, just euthanize him." Like, no, I have to do everything I can to save this life. Everything I can. And if that means like fucking gutting my, account, then what am I going to do? I can't live with myself if I said, okay, yeah, just euthanize him. He's a year old.
Yeah. Your dog will never forgive you.
Yeah. Fuck. Man, but woo!
But anyway, we got some questions here from people asking about what you think of Wally Bayola and that
the sex tape
thing. And what do you think also of the prayer rally today? You want to talk about Wally Bayola first?
We talked about Wally last week when it came out. I love this tape because it what it does here is it takes celebrity sex tape to a whole new level when he cream pies her at the end. You know, now we have a new standard.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Oh, you didn't fucking see
She
the
got a
cream
cream
pie?
pie? No shit.
Judy-
Really?
no.
She got a facial?
No. Cream pie. He came on the outside of her, not in the outside of her pussy, but like it fucking phones for a reason. You know?
I think we're living in a generation that sort of like asks for it. We're in a selfie generation.
Absolutely.
Once they created the cell phone where you can take a picture of yourself, something went wrong in this world.
No,
and
I mean,
of a sudden,
come on.
everybody said, "Oh my God, I can now become my own director of my own movie in my own mind."
I can finally see what I look like naked. Now, okay, hold on. I want to ask you this, dude. What's the percentage of people that have at least taken a naked photo of themselves on their phone, even if they deleted it, but at least one
I would
naked
say a lot.
photo?
I do. I mean, everybody does. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
so
just
what,
to check if
90
like whatever like. Does my ass look big? I mean, like, you know,
Right.
everybody has to check on that. You know what I'm saying?
I think 97% of the population have taken a nude photo of
Who have a
themselves.
cell phone, yes. Who have a
Yes,
cell phone,
yes.
one time or another, just out of curiosity, just to see. I'm sure. Right.
The
Now, what they're
3%
doing
that I
full-on
leave
movies. Now, doing a
well,
full-on movie, I mean, I'm all for like sort of tasteful selfies and all that stuff, but sort of like going out of your way.
Cream pie.
Yeah, I mean, right? Soft core
So-
selfies, but like. Doing a full-on movie, that takes effort, and that takes setting up, and that takes editing, and that's a whole new
No,
world.
it's a lot easier than you think. It's a lot easier
It's
because
not easy.
I'll tell you what it is.
I'll take your word for that.
I'll tell you how it is. Like, for example, in my personal, if you use a laptop, which I believe Wally used on this one, and several people Hayden used on his, and even
He was just
Chico
using
Miranda.
a Mac self camera. That's such a cheap ass move.
It's a max, but the thing is, the light, the illumination you get off of the screen is enough to at least get some lighting in. That's enough.
And it's
especially if you
probably
keep it close.
soft enough because it makes people look better. Because, you know, porn, I'm sure even like, porn should not be done in HD, much less if it's got Wally Bayola in it. You know what I'm saying? That's just a lot of pores. That's a lot of pores.
But you can tell Wally's a super like hashtag Jejimon because the sheets were bad. I mean, it was bad. It was just, come on, the guy's got a little bit of money. I mean, fix that shit.
No. But that's what I like about it. It's sincere. This was like a porn from the heart. You know what I'm saying? Sort of the rough cuts, the whole thing. There's a sort of like cinema verite, you know?
Directors.
It's the director's
This
cut.
is the ad on the fucking DVD.
Right?
The
and
extras.
the bluish glare of everything just made everybody's skin so much smoother, and it chopped off some years on everyone. You know, it's a good thing. It's a good
Depth of
thing.
field was solid just because, you know, it was good. I loved it. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So you've seen it though.
First for a few minutes, and then I just gave up on it. I mean,
Oh, it doesn't last.
seriously, yeah.
It doesn't last any longer than 4 minutes anyway. I mean, if you took in 3 minutes of it, you saw 95% of it.
Oh, okay.
It's
Then
not
I
a long
probably
time.
saw around 95%. I missed the cream
Yeah.
pie.
Yeah,
That's
the
all
cream
I've
pie is
got.
the awesome part at the end. Hayden's tape.
But
Hayden's
everybody
Hayden's-
fast forwards to the end, right?
Hayden's first tape went a strong. What was it like? 75 minutes or something. I mean, it went a full on like hour and a half or something. It was just cut up, but if you kind of put all of it together, it's a long tape. Wally's is 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Anyway, nevertheless, a lot of stuff to talk about here. Tonight with you, Carlos. I mean, obviously, aside from the general, which is people are going to call and talk about their love lives and sex lives and careers and or whatever question they want to throw at you. I do want to talk about what you do now because I'm very interested. I mean, man, like when I heard that you were doing tourism for Manila, I was like, whoa, look at Carlos, man, that's a big fucking post.
It sounds
and
big.
so when you got here, I was like, what are you the man now? I mean, you got like fucking bodyguard.
A lot of tourism ideas and a lot of help that can be done to development of tourism without it having been done by the government itself. So basically what I do is I create projects and I connect projects that already exist to City Hall. So maybe
But like you
basically
said-
I'm making City Hall become more like me than me becoming more like City Hall.
But like you said, myth number one, though, you seem like, at least it's not even presented, but there's just kind of this feel that you're the man now. So you must be getting request after request after request.
Ridiculous
to fix
request
shit
after
and
ridiculous
fucking, like,
request after
Carlos,
ridiculous
man,
request.
hurry, you gotta fix this, Carlos. And then you're like, hey guys, that's not
Yeah. Okay. Myth number 2, I have power. I have zero power. I'm working with a zero budget. I can't do anything unless I make 6 letters, have it notarized or whatever, and send to 12 different offices in the city of Manila. So yeah, I have no budget. Basically, what I'm doing for the first 6 months of my tenure here is that I'm going to use volunteerism and try to get private sector projects done in the name of the City of Hall of Manila, rather than us spending money to do tourism events. So, for example, instead of hiring people to come to Manila or trying to open up a bar or do something like that in behalf of City Hall's name, we will just try to get an investor to come in and do that job for us.
Nice.
Right?
Yeah. Right.
So instead of public art being paid for us, we'll get a private sector to do public art. Fixing up a park, we do private partnerships in fixing up a park. So basically what I try to do is I try to sort of systematize and catalyze, is that even a word? The public sector into helping us with tourism.
But, okay, so you say you have no power, but if you feel strongly about something, and say it's even slightly related to tourism and Manila, because like you were saying off air, everybody thinks everything's related to tourism in Manila. But let's say you feel strongly about something. Say somebody came up to you and you said, this is not under my umbrella of duties and whatever. Can you get it done now because you're in with the mayor?
It depends on what that thing is. Like, among ridiculous requests of the week, I should come up with a Tumblr account on this.
Yeah. Oh,
Dear
no,
Mr.
that'd be fucking great. Yeah.
Dear
Have a
Mr.
fucking
Celdran,
website.
I was on my way to a person's meeting. My friend was on the way to my house for a meeting. My friend, his motorcycle tripped on a pothole. Can you fix the pothole, and can City Hall of Manila acknowledge the pain of the person who was hurt by this pothole? About him in the past, he runs a pretty tight ship. I've seen changes happen within days and minutes in City Hall. I'm actually quite surprised. And I've worked through 3 city halls. I've worked with Atienza, I've worked a little bit with Lim, and then I worked with Arap. And Arap actually is the most official.
Atienza Lim.
Okay. Yeah. Atienza's administration was, I think, a bit baroque. Okay. It was a lot going on. I mean, from Baywalk to all these construction projects. I mean, it was kind of hard. And it was before the age of cell phones and Facebook and everything when I was working with Atienza. So communication wasn't as easy. Transparency wasn't much of an issue.
Photos.
Yeah. And then with Lim, everything just died. And it became like a desert for around 6 years, for how long it was president. It was just a waste.
Shit, huh?
Oh, Lim was the worst thing that ever happened to the city of Manila. The worst. I can safely say, next to Typhoon and World War II, the worst thing that happened to Muslim. Okay. And then Estrada comes in. And then within days, I mean, just from the sort of the cleanliness of the offices to sort of the tastefulness of the flower arrangements to, I mean.
Even the little things.
The little things.
So, yeah.
The man's a very detail-oriented thing. There's toilet paper in his bathrooms. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you say, the guy delivers.
Fair enough.
There's a reason. There's a reason why millions of people actually are fans of this man. Bizarre.
You're a wealth of information. You're a wealth of opinions. And I want to talk a little bit about Pork Barrel later on the show. I want to get to these calls here because these people have been on hold for a long time. But there is a lot of stuff to talk about with Carlos Celdran tonight. So the way to go on the show is 478-7954. Skype, The Good Times Podcast. Text us 0927-214-1981. Let's get to it. Let's start with or Lily. Let's go Lily. She's on the cell phone. Lily, you are on line 6. You are 26 years old in Laguna. Welcome to the program. Carlos Celdran is here. How can we help you, Lily?
Yes, hi.
Hi, Lily. Fire away. You got a pothole?
Okay, yeah. So
pothole.
So I had sex with a French guy.
Yeah.
With Wally Bayola's dick.
Oh, wow. Is that big or small?
It's small.
Small. It's
So Wally
small.
Bayola's not. Don't judge the guy. It's not how big. It's how you use it. But does he use it badly?
Huh?
Does he have that air of je ne sais quoi?
Yeah, I mean, okay, small dick, but is he good with what he has?
Then okay.
Or you don't
because
feel
he's
it?
short already. He is short, so he's just as tall as me, like 5'3", 5'4", around that height.
Sure.
So my friends and I were here's a nice guy. Why I like, but it's just the dick. That's the problem.
Oh, so she really has a problem with the cock.
So, but if you can be friends, can you friend zone him?
I don't know because
He's expecting it,
I told him already that I like him, and last night he just asked me.
Oh, okay, cell phone's all fucked up.
And no.
Wait,
I
all right,
said
hold
no
on.
because
Does he? Wait, time out. Does he have a French accent at least? Because that's always cool. I mean, that puts on half an inch on your dick, right, Carlos? I mean, come on.
I guess.
A nice accent like that will put a 3/4 of an inch on your dick size. No worries.
A psychological inch.
Yeah, completely. Imagine power. Okay.
And what,
so
Filipino accent removes an inch? What are you saying? What are you going?
You know, that's a good question. There's a question that just came up here right now. Is being Inglesera a problem? I wanted to ask that to you because, you know, we put so much value in the ability to speak English. But we'll get to that one in a little bit. Okay, so your question is, should you continue fucking this guy or should you not continue fucking this guy because he's got a small dick? Okay, well, at this point, I say, since your relationship with him anyway is fuck buddy, you're trying to get some sort of sexual satisfaction from him. If it's not doing it for you, then you don't do it anymore. You find someone else.
Okay.
That's gonna
He's
push your
not
buttons.
fulfilling objective.
Right. Now, if he was supposed to be a boyfriend,
You're not happy with the fuck, then I guess you just should get the fuck out of there.
exactly.
Yeah.
But you can still be friends. I mean, like, you can still sort of every now and then he can eat you out, but you know, but make it clear to him that it's not for the long run, and spare him the feelings. Don't.
How
let him
about
know.
this, Carlos? How about this? Why don't we do this? Why don't this girl get two fuck buddies? One with the dick and one with the tongue. So if you feel like you want to fuck someone, you want someone to face fuck
like
you.
spit roasted, sort of at the
Right,
same time, or like
okay.
in different. What are you talking about?
No, different times. Like say, okay, I feel
Okay.
like I want to get eaten out like a fucking princess tonight. I'm going to go with the French guy. And then if she goes, I just want to be fucking demolished and jackhammered, I'm going to go with this other guy with the big dick. So you can keep both of them on the payroll. But, you know, if you feel like you want to have a great oral, because sometimes, you know, a lot of women like oral sex more maybe than the intercourse because, you know, a lot more
Ask a
sensation.
lesbian.
Yeah. So if you want to fuck this guy just for his ability to eat you out, then you keep him on the payroll. But at the same time, find another guy who's got a big dick that will really kind of, you know, go beast mode on you, and you can have him also on the side. I don't know. That's what I think.
Okay.
Sayang,
Well,
French
I'm
guy.
thinking of
Wasn't there a
having
famous?
another go with him. I'm thinking of fucking him again, the French guy, just to
Yeah,
verify.
Just to verify
That it won.
Verify
whether
that.
you're imagining the 4-inch dick or whether you were not
Right.
imagining the 4-inch.
Get in positions where he'll
At
feel
first I
bigger,
was-
like doggy style. He might feel bigger if you do the doggy style position. You know, that's what small.
Yep, we did
that's
it.
small
No,
dick
it
is.
also
Actually, the
could be.
doggy style.
It might not be anything personal. Maybe you just have a big pussy too. You know, there's
I
there's
like that.
no. There are many body types. It's nobody's fault for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just probably just too small for your size.
Yeah, okay. And 4 is not
Could be.
outrageous. That's what I'm saying. Like 4 is small. I get it. Yes, I'm with you on there. But if
That's
you
not
talk
outrageously
about,
small. I mean, that's
yeah.
like
if you talk
small's
about
like
who-
if you can't even see it. You know,
right. 4 is not the end of the world, love. Just saying.
with like
Okay.
a clitoris-looking dick. You know,
Yeah, there you go.
it happens.
I had a
But the
girlfriend who
other
had a
problem
huge
is,
clitoris. and looked like she had a small
I don't know
dick.
how
That's
to,
a lot of info.
I mean, friend zone him. I don't know how to gradually, not be close with him. Because we always see each other, and he will stay here until December. And then he will come back again the next.
Yeah, just suck it up for a couple more months. Just try to. If you're gonna have friends, you're gonna be friends with him. You want to friend zone him? Go to places that are public instead of going to places like motels and houses and you know apartments. You just go out more.
Yeah.
That's a natural way to friend zone somebody. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Babe. All right. Sorry.
Okay,
You sound depressed.
thanks.
about
Did we make sense?
Thanks,
I hope
Lily.
I hope you're happy with our answers and we just weren't making tonterías, or just talking whatever.
Yeah. Thanks, Lily. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Let's go to Iya, who is 24, line 6. Hi, Iya. Sorry, line 5.
Hi, Bob.
What's up? Welcome to the show. Carlos Celdran here. How can we help you?
Well, I've got this college friend. We've known each other for like around 5 years or even more. He's been my friend ever since, even before I started dating my boyfriend now.
Okay.
Now, ever since, the type of guys that I usually date would be like the jock types, like the sporty ones. And
Sure.
together more often than usual because he lost his job and he's got nobody to talk to. Basically, his girlfriend left him as well. So we've been hanging out, and I've been enjoying his company. We've been fooling around for quite a while. And the thing is, he's really not my type, but I often find myself having dreams about him. And the sexual kinds of dreams,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then waking up just totally flabbergasted that, I've been having these dreams about my buddy, who is not even my type, whose legs are probably thinner than my legs are.
Sure.
And it's totally like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
How do you wake up? How do you feel after you wake up? Do you feel sort of like afterglow, or do you feel like, oh my fucking god, did that just happen?
Yeah, that's gross.
Do you feel shock and remorse, or
You go straight to the bath and you start.
or do you just
soaping
want to
that
have a
shit off.
cigarette and order yourself like a lot of takeout? Like, what do you want to have? Which is the one?
Well, the
Yeah, how do you
first thing that comes into my mind when I wake up from such dream is to text him and tell him why not. Let's do it.
Did you
Oh,
do
so
that?
you guys already have the conversation. You guys are already having like sexual conversations and whatnot.
We have, yeah, because we're really open to each other. Even back in the day, we talk about a lot of things,
so
even
what's the
about
question
our
then?
relationships.
So
what's
why
the
haven't
question?
you done it yet? Because this just happened yesterday. Like, why?
The thing about ruining the friendship, and probably
No.
one would get hurt or something like that, if that's even true.
I
They
just
say
don't
that-
see how. I don't see how. Okay, let's just say I'm the geek dork friend, whatever, magic card playing guy. If you texted me in the morning and said, "Mo, I just had a fucking dream about you that you were fucking, I don't know, I was riding you reverse cowgirl. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it." What do you think at that point? What's this whole ruining of the friendship thing? You just invited me to come on your tits. Like, at this point, the only thing that's stopping us now is me
I
doing
can
it.
see where she's coming from because it hasn't happened yet. So this is
Right,
still
but
within
the
the realm of
friendship is
fantasy.
at that level, Carlos, where she's like, "Hey, Mo, fuck me in the ass," and I'm like, but I don't want our friendship ruined. It's
No,
like, what do you know?
I agree with it. It could get complicated. There's really a big difference between talking about having.
Right now, I'm actually enjoying his company more than I'm enjoying my boyfriend's.
Oh, thank you for
Oh.
including that you had a boyfriend.
Oh, you didn't even tell me that you had a boyfriend yet. Okay,
Yeah,
that makes.
thank you for
I did.
including in the story that changes the whole entire.
No, that we
dynamic
didn't
of
say
this
it was. You
conversation.
said you had a boyfriend. You didn't say you had a boyfriend right now.
That's
okay,
right.
that's
Oh.
make things different. I'll say on the side of caution. I'd say don't fuck him until you. I say don't fuck him just yet. Things are already complicated enough as is. Am I being too conservative, Mo?
No, you're doing
Okay.
you're doing the right thing. Obviously, come on, that's the best answer we can give. But what I'm worried about is she said she enjoys his company more than her boyfriend. I think a breakup is.
No, but
Ready
it
to
could also
go.
just be a low moment in their particular relationship and a high moment in their friendship.
That's right.
How long have you been with this boyfriend of yours? Do you have children together? Like, how much do you have invested into one another?
No, but we don't have any children yet, but we've been together for almost 5 years.
Oh, time to break up.
Oh,
We're
you
done.
know what? You know what? Maybe you could
We're
move
done.
on. That's fine. No
Yeah.
children, no blood, no foul.
You've run it's run its course. You started off as teenagers. You're good to go now. Time to break up.
Not time to break up, or maybe time to sort of take a rest and explore others. If this really works out, you could go back to your boyfriend.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, but whatever this is also a wake up call in your relationship with your boyfriend, because obviously you're not having Wookiee fantasies, or your boyfriend's not having Wookiee fantasies and Star Wars fantasies about you.
Sure.
How is your sex life with your current boyfriend right now? Satisfying?
It's okay, but he doesn't like talking dirty.
Well-
and,
Oh, you
those
like
kinds
dirty
of
talk.
things.
You like dirty talk.
You ever see the movie Revenge of the Nerds, Carlos?
Of
Great
course.
film from
I'm a
the
nerd. We
80s.
overcompensate.
Yeah,
We
this is it,
overcompensate.
man. Yeah, this is what it is, man. It's like, okay, she's dating the jock type like that. He's not really one to show his sensitive side, not this, not that, and then you get the geek here.
No,
who
most
fucking really
good-looking
pushes all the
guys
buttons.
suck in bed because they just are depending on the good-lookingness, and they just end up sitting
Of
there
course.
like a wet rag.
Right. So this girl, when you fuck this guy, a Skywalker, he might do a good number on you. You know, I mean, it's gonna be, it might be amazing.
That's what
So
I actually want to know.
Right. So that's why I want to encourage her to pursue this guy and then maybe sleep with this guy. I mean, they're having.
You may have a point there. You may have a point there.
You know, you're masturbating already to it. Remember when the nerd, him being in jock, that the nerd fucked his girlfriend? The pounding that this geek is going to take at the hands of this guy.
Is your current boyfriend larger and stronger than than Skywalker? No.
Physically,
who would win in the fight?
Boyfriend. Yeah, physically the boyfriend would definitely win the fight. But if we're talking about words and play of words,
right. He's
okay. The buddy would probably win it.
Yeah, of course. Okay, hey, listen. I say here's my thing, so we can go now. I say break up with your boyfriend. I think you guys have had a long run already. 5 years. You started as teenagers. This shouldn't last any longer. You've already hit that point where a lot of people hit when they get into a long relationship at a young age. Is they get to this point where you kind of just stare at each other and nothing happens. And why don't you take this guy for a test drive? The other one. If you guys are already at a point where you're conversing about sexual dreams and say, hey, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it already. And you're willing to cheat on your boyfriend. I mean, you are right there on the edge of the cliff. I say get rid of the boyfriend.
I say she's cheated on him already in her head and her heart.
Exactly. You know, I completely agree with that. Okay? So enjoy.
I hope we made sense. I hope we made sense, darling.
Yeah.
You got
Good
it.
luck.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Right.
Thank you. Bye-bye. When we come back, I want to ask you a couple questions about the obviously the big story, what seems to be the big political story of the year, the pork barrel scam. If you don't mind, can we break that down?
Sure. We can break that down. No problemo.
Sabrina's kitchen, what you waiting for? Sabrina's kitchen, always room for one more. Sabrina's kitchen, cooking up a storm. Sabrina's kitchen, always something new. Sabrina's kitchen, tables waiting for you.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with a game Chubby Bunny, but have you played Chubby Bunny before?
No.
You put a marshmallow in your mouth, you say Chubby Bunny. And you keep putting it in your mouth, and you keep saying Chubby Bunny.
Okay.
Whoever can fit the most in their mouth wins. But we're not gonna say Chubby Bunny. We're gonna have a conversation.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah. So I'm gonna ask you, okay ka na ba?
Okay.
And you're gonna be like, okay na.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Go.
2 at a time.
Alright, I'll learn 2 at a time. Okay ka na ba? What?
Okay na.
Good.
I just saw it.
Okay ka na ba?
Okay na.
Okay ka na ba?
Okay na.
What? Okay. No, that's disgusting.
What show?
That show! It's a show! You know, that show!
What you've been missing on The Factory.
Were you the one who posted, James, regarding the guidelines when it comes to checkpoints?
Yes, I was.
That's fantastic.
Yes, I just made it up, but I thought it was. I mean, this time of year, right? Elections. You never let the truth get in the way of a good story. Okay. Children, do not follow this at home. I'm just kidding. Just so you know your rights. If you do get stopped by a checkpoint,
you are not allowed
we're able to verify all of these,
them.
James.
You're not allowed to run over them. That didn't make it here. So technically. Now, number 2. Upon approach, slow down. I guess that counts as not running them over. Dim headlights and turn on cabin lights. Okay.
Cabin lights.
Mm-hmm. Lock all doors of vehicles during inspection. Since lock.
They might get pissed off because you're locking.
But that's
doors.
the thing. Okay. This is where they get you, and this is actually. I know we're making fun of it a little bit, but this is a serious issue. We've seen some people genuinely harassed. Drugs are planted. And other things, A Justin Bieber CD is planted, which is even worse.
Oh,
yes,
no.
I've heard of that, And there's no defense for that. There's really no defense. Yeah, it's like, but Your Honor, we found this. Throw the book at him. And the CD as well.
Then after that you have to submit your cell phone and everything. Yeah. And next thing you know, you have a Justin Bieber ringtone.
Catch James Deacon and the boys on Counterflow Wednesdays 7:30 to 8:30 only here on The Factory.
Whoa, sorry, wrong one.
My girlfriend says she hates me.
It's Good Times with Mo, the podcast. Call the show tonight and get your love problem answered. Follow us on Twitter at GTWM Podcast and visit www.motwister.com.
Busy night tonight here on the podcast. Got a couple teenagers on hold, ready to go. To ask their question, Carlos Celdran on the program. You can follow him on Twitter at Carlos Celdran. He is the new Manila tourism consultant, aside from other things. Now, Carlos, are you still doing your tours, though? Your Manila tours?
Yeah. It's the only thing I know how to do. I have no other career.
All right. And what's the website again for that if they want more info?
CarlosCeldran.com. It's not rocket science. You guys can figure it out.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah.
And when it comes to, say, I think when you were here last time, I asked you if you wanted to get into government, and you were like, probably not for me. But is now that you've kind of had the door open and you've tasted a little bit of it, or maybe you've tasted a little bit before, but at least now it's a little bit more high profile. Is it something that you like and maybe might pursue?
Hell no.
Still no.
No. This isn't an elected position. This doesn't require running. This doesn't require campaigning. This doesn't require having people to love me. I am still in a position where people can still hate me and my life can go on.
Sure.
Yeah.
So is that the turnoff, though, for being in, say, public office? Is that you won't be able to be yourself because then you have to have this kind of like, I love you all.
No. But when I was in like that Million Man March and everybody was stopping me and having a photo because of the Damaso thing or whatever, and people are like, Carlos, run for office. Carlos, run for office. My mother, who was with me, says, Carlos, don't run for office. You have a dark past. You have a very dark past. And I was like, okay, Mom, whatever. So if my mom tells me not to run, I guess I'm not going to run.
Do you think? Okay, I was gonna take maybe a call before we get into pork barrel, but let's talk pork barrel here before we. Hey, teenagers on the phone. You guys are teenagers. Pay your dues. Hold on. You think that if President Aquino abolishes pork barrel, we're going to see less people run for, Senate and stuff like that now? Or are there going to be other ways to steal?
No, they're just going to find a way to get money that they need. That's why, abolishing pork barrel is stupid unless we absolutely change the entire system of the way Philippine government works. Because they will find another way. We're still living in a system that deals a lot to do with patronage, a lot to do with zero-sum games when it comes to winning a leadership position. Sure. There's no monitoring. Basically, a presidential system creates little dictators, and little dictators always need a little pork. So until we change this little dictatorship system called the presidential system of the Philippines, there will always be a need for pork, or pork will always find itself on the table whether we want it there or not.
Now, let's talk a little bit about the guys involved who so far are implicated in the scam. You have your big names, your Revilla, Estrada. Oh, and by the way, what's the take on Mayor? Now you work for the mayor. His son implicated in this scam. Is any word around City Hall about how they feel about this?
Silent as a mouse, and I'm going to stay as silent as they am right now. We're going to wait for everything to just keep moving.
Okay, so all right, so we got the big names here. You have Jingoy, you have of course Bong. You have JP,
Bong and JP and E. I wonder who's gonna magically appear on that. I have a feeling it's not gonna stop at only the senators, or if anything.
Oh, definitely. So, but my thing is, who do you think? How many people? What's the percentage of senators, congressmen, politicians, even president that are just kind of here because of pork barrel? That's all they want. Fine. I'm gonna maybe do a project or two, maybe make a law or three, but my goal here is I'm going to get me some pork.
I don't think they think that way. I don't think it's a word, I'm going to get me some pork. I think it's more like I want to get me some power, find myself in there, and pork is kind of like the prize that is expected. I don't think it's the first thing on their mind. I think it's actually something that just comes along. That's why I say we have to change the system. Because if you really have to make people fight for ideals and platforms rather than fighting for power. And that's basically what happens right now. People jockey for power to be stronger than other people. It's really a faulty system. And I hope that this sort of concentrating upon the senators and all of us finding and like looking closer at the senators kind of make us all realize just how useless they are and just how they represent nobody but themselves, because it's a perversion of what a Senate should be. Senate should actually represent a region. There should be a senator from the north, a senator from Central Visayas, a senator from Western Visayas, blah, 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 a senator from Mindanao. But no, we just have 24 random assholes running on any platform that they can actually get on, but basically joining beauty pageants and garnering votes in order to win and becoming our Senate. Hopefully that this whole thing will just show how useless the Senate is as an institution, and will fight for its eventual abolition. Because really, the best way to get rid of Senate is to get rid of the people that actually. The best way to get rid of pork is to get rid. Stop. What's it again? What they do with ivory? Stop the buying, and the killing stops too. Right.
That's right. So,
stop the senators, and the pork will stop too.
So the Senate, of the pork barrel system, it's the senators that benefit the most?
Well, simply because they shouldn't have a pork barrel. I can understand why a congressman should have a pork barrel. I can understand why a president needs a pork barrel, but I don't understand why a senator needs a pork barrel. This is a purely legislative position, and obviously they're not representing any particular region. So I don't know why any of these guys need particular money. I understand why a congressman might need a little bit of pork in order to sort of get projects going on the ground level. I can see why a president needs pork because he has to find ways in order to make his this presidentiality felt. But senators having a pork barrel is really just a big fat Christmas gift for 24 assholes, basically.
I completely agree.
So get rid of Senate, and we should only have Parliament. I mean, I'm telling you, parliamentary system is the only way. I'm not saying the parliamentary system would
really this happening.
I think it's high. We're already, Belmonte's already talking about it. People are getting increasingly dissatisfied with the way that things are going now. Now we just have to find a way to get the concentration away from this idea called pork and get people's ideas more into the system itself that created the pork. Right?
Yeah, but that's not going to happen, right?
I think it can happen. Come on, if RH bill can be passed in a Catholic country like the Philippines, I've seen stranger things.
Okay. Where does this scam thing go from here on now? I mean, are we going to see it
Pork
Napoles and forgotten?
Pork Napoles is going to fry. The bitch is going to fry and fry hard. Okay.
Sure.
If anything, I think she'll be made an example of, and everybody else will pretty much get off with a slap on the wrist or scot-free. But hopefully, if somebody gets scot-free or hands off, whatever, the bright side of it all is if we change the system of the Philippines because of what we're learning right now. Because if we don't, seriously, Janet Napoles is not the only Western Union of pork barrels. I mean, she's not the only one laundering out. There's other Janet Napoleses. So if we don't change the system and take away the pork barrel and replace it with a much more efficient system where you actually give the money to the national agencies and legislation does legislative stuff, unless we do that, we're just going to have another Napoles scandal, administration after administration after administration. And that's what's been happening since 1987. We've always been standing, slowing, fast, slow. We've been going 2 steps forward, 4 steps back, simply because of our faulty system. And this is just another example of it.
And this system brought to us by
courtesy of Carlos Aquino.
Right.
Okay. History of the pork barrel. How did pork get to be? Okay. As I said, remember, this doesn't really... This occurs in the States, but not as in a large way that it does over here. The money is not that huge, and people and the leaders themselves don't really depend upon it as much on it over there as they do over here. Over there, it's kind of like a sort of small token prize.
Honorarium.
Yeah, you've never heard of the freaking Hillary Clinton basketball court or the Hillary Clinton bus stop. No, it doesn't happen, right? But here it does. And the reason why is because back in 1987, when dear leader Corazon Aquino, after changing the Philippines from being parliamentary system already, and we were functional, and Marcos was a dictator, but the system that he created under it, we could have survived it. She changed it because of some psychotic thing back to being a presidential Congress, Senate, back to the inefficient system we were before 1972. And so because of that, naturally, people started fighting. Cory was fighting with Senate was fighting with Congress, everybody was making a shit mess, and we hit what was called a gridlock. And so since there was a gridlock and nobody was agreeing with one another, coup d'etat started happening. And so we had all these coup d'etats trying to get Cory Aquino out, and she kept holding on for dear life. And then finally, in one brilliant stroke of whatever, Corazon Aquino comes up with this idea called the Countrywide Development Fund, CDF, which is essentially the pork barrel. She came up with this idea called the pork barrel, which she was going to give to everybody. And that was her way of bribing them to love her again. And so because of the CDF, things kind of calmed down. People were not calling for anymore. And now all of these fat politicians started being sated with this little thing called the pork barrel. And then it kept going and going and going and going and going and going until somewhere around Gloria Macapagalara's era where they found out that what was going on and they changed it from Countrywide Development Fund to the PDAF that we know today. So basically, Cory started the pork barrel.
Right, but why did every president run with it after Cory, Ramos, Estrada? Why are these guys running with this idea when they know it's bad for the country?
Because everybody benefits from it. And also, given the system that we have, a perverted version of a presidential system, these guys also do need pork barrels in order to get money, in order to get... since we're obviously not representing any region, if you're looking at these guys have to become little dictators to create little things in their own little provinces.
So do you think
they really
all
do
24? Well, because you call them the 24 assholes, and I love it. Don't get me wrong, but all of our presidents recently have come from this crop of guys. So
yeah, I mean, I'm not saying, okay, once again, pork barrel is not illegal. You may hate the idea, but the pork barrel is absolutely illegal. It's what you do with the pork barrel that can become illegal. So there are some, I mean, granted, there are senators and there are congressmen out there who are actually using their pork barrel properly and using it to actually benefit things. But there are also some people out there who use people like Janet Napoles or basically the Sawana Lulier or the freaking Western Union to launder and transit the money, and they just end up keeping the change. Or if not, keeping the whole darn thing.
Wow.
I know, it's disgusting. But then again, this is all a result of a perverted system that was even perverted even more and perverted even more. So we really have to start looking at the basis of our entire country, and that is the Constitution.
Okay, so you have President Aquino, Pinoy, who says, okay, let's abolish pork barrel. But hey, it's Mom's idea who brought it here. Isn't that kind of then just vandalizing on her work?
What? I don't really think he thinks that way. I mean, to be fair to the president, I don't think he's sucking his thumb like looking lovingly at the picture of his mother hanging over his bed every day. No. Because if he did, the RH bill wouldn't have passed.
Sure.
The mom was vehemently anti-RH and vehemently a sucker for the Catholic Church, and he's obviously not. I think the reason why we're not hearing it from him is because if he does say anything about charter change, just like every other president before him, they will try to get him for that. Because don't forget, Gloria was for charter change. Erap was for charter change. Ramos was for charter change. Everybody was for it except for Cory. And every time all of these last three presidents started saying the word charter change, people started taking them down. Especially the yellow-tarred media that we all know as ABS-CBN and all the people who've just been running the show since 1980, whatever, God knows what. And yes, I'm talking about you, ABS-CBN. Yeah, really, guys, stop it. We're on to you already, okay? So... yeah, and that's the reason why. Once they started running it, all of a sudden, ABS-CBN and all of these people, all of these sort of like who know-it-alls and leftists as well, started saying, oh, they want charter change because they want to extend their term. They only want to become a dictator. Oh, they only want to become like Marcos. So they start bringing out this boogeyman called dictator. And you just end up throwing the entire baby out of the bathwater. You just end up throwing out the entire concept of charter change because of that. But luckily, we're now in a day and age where we don't have to depend upon the traditional, stupid, outdated media anymore. And we have wonderful things like this where we can say shit and fucking everything like that and talk about the real needs of the country. We can now talk to the media back and not just only them talking to us.
Okay, so we're big on people power, big on like, okay, if we can gather a bunch of people, shit's going to change. We could take a president down, we could do this, we could do it twice. Were you happy with the million people march? Were you happy with the turnout?
Oh yeah, the one that just happened in Luneta, not the one today. Today was kind of
today there was a big failure. Right?
Yeah, today was kind of lame. Sorry guys, pilete.
But I mean, what do we need to do as the everyday guy, the social media person? Where we can kind of go out there and cyberbully our way to get some change going. Like more marches. More awareness, more complaining. I mean, what is it going to take?
All of the above and a little bit more. I guess the number one is just sort of just staying on the ball. Don't allow unlike the RH bill, don't let it drop from your attention. So the RH bill, amazingly, from the time that it broke onto the scene in 2010 until it was passed last year, people were constantly and consistently talking about it. So we just have to be consistent. We can't allow things like sex tapes and Wally Bayola to sort of distract us from everything.
How dare you?
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
No, I got you.
Yeah.
But okay, failed rallies though, failed marches like earlier today. That actually hurts the cause because it's like,
well, it didn't hurt the cause. The cause is still there. It was just obviously bad planning by the people who organized the whole thing. Thinking that people would actually rally again under different circumstances and pretenses. The reason why it was beautiful the last time was because it was so spontaneous. There was no political agenda. Nobody was allowed to have a political agenda over at Luneta Park. And so that's why you had hundreds of thousands of people from a lot of different sectors of society showing up. This one was obviously kind of like overly organized and sort of had messages that people didn't quite agree with or couldn't find consensus on. So basically it became pilit. Because seriously, I think everything was already said on August 26. What do we need to say today? Especially on Ferdinand Marcos's birthday. Like, why are you symbolically doing on Ferdinand Marcos' birthday? Are you trying to take a jibe at him? Or are you trying to celebrate him? And like, it was very confusing planning and confused messaging. And that's why ultimately it failed. And there was only 1,200 people that went, which for rallies is not a number.
Nothing.
It's nothing.
That's nothing.
That's not even a JIL rally. That's nothing. It's the front.
Right.
It's a front area of Folk Arts Theater.
All right.
Yeah.
Boy, I got so much to talk about with you, Carlos. I mean, I got questions here that I know you'll have strong opinions about, but let's take a couple calls here because people have been on hold. And then
Let's
I'll
go,
throw out some
calls.
of these questions that got sent in here. Let's start with Carl, who is, Carl, how old are you, Carl? 25 years old, Cagayan de Oro. Welcome to the program. You're on line 5. Hi, Carl. Is
Carl,
there?
you there?
He's gone. Oh, we lost him. That's okay. He's been on hold too long. Let's go to line 6 and talk to Janara. Is that Janara? 17 years old in Laguna. Hi, Janara. How are you?
No 6.
Line 6. Do we have her also?
Nope.
Or did we just kind of go on and on that we lost our callers? No?
6.
Okay. How about Bob on line 4, who is 14 years old, and he's been on hold for an hour 15, hour 20 minutes. Let's see if he's still there. Bob, line 4.
Hello? Hello?
Hey, Bob. Thanks, man, for hanging in there.
Wow,
Well, you've been on
no
hold since
problem.
the beginning of
You're
the show.
a patient
Jesus.
man.
Yeah, no, but I'm online, so no, it isn't a problem.
Ah, cool. Good times. So what's up, young man? How can we help you?
Yeah, so I have a question about, do you have any tips as somebody who's been in showbiz for a while? Because I have the option of going into it, and I'm kind of, like, getting bred to go into showbiz. Like my mom's, like, wanting me to take workshops now, and, yeah, like, that seems to be, like, my path now. Like, that seems to be where I'm going.
Okay, so A, you're good looking. Like, you're a promising leading man, yes? Your face?
Yeah, I'm good looking.
Because
I mean, I don't
so
want
much
to
of it is looks.
sound like a douche, but yeah.
Yeah, no, you didn't start it off.
What's
with,
your
"Hey, I'm
name?
really
Can I
hot,
find you on
so I'm
Facebook? Can you tell me who you are?
14.
And I want to judge if you're good looking.
Yeah, that's a good point. We need to find out if you really are, in fact, material, or are you going to be an extra that walks in the background, and that's your definition of showbiz. I mean,
No, like I went to the network, and they said, hey, you should do workshops, and you should consider acting a profession.
It pays better than anything that I've ever been involved in. And then there's the traveling, which you get to travel the world, and they'll pay you for it, which is fucking awesome. And then there's people asking you for your photo and your autograph, which I think could be one of the greatest fucking feelings in the world.
Is it really? Is it really?
Yeah, it's a great feeling. I mean, you were there at the march when people were like, oh my God, it's Carlos Celdran. Let me take your fucking photo. No, you were saying
I could say I'm kind of half yes, half no. That's the part I hate the most. That and the lack of privacy. Like today, when I was just taking a piss in the bathroom in the mall, people were talking about me behind the people who were pissing behind me were talking about me while I was pissing over there. It's like, oh, do you know that I'm here and I can hear you?
Right, but at the same, isn't it like they acknowledge your work, whether they agree with it or disagree? At least somebody acknowledges it, And then
I
that's
guess,
a great feeling.
but it's also total lack of privacy. I don't know. I mean, we've both been to stuff where our privacy has been totally compromised,
Totally.
and come on, we can't say that was a fun moment,
Yeah. Well, you
And
can
so-
do
and
a lot of good.
But unless you're also ready to get into I'm saying that you're gonna have a sex tape, Mr. 14-year-old, but unless you're ready to have your life scrutinized and chopped up into little bits and having everybody talk about you behind your back while you're peeing or whatever, then go for it. But it's really not for the it's for the strong of heart. You really can't
I
go
guess
in
so,
there.
yeah.
You can't go this
that's-
if you're thin skinned.
That's a great line. It is for the strong. Because, like, for example, again, I mean, my personal life has been thrown out there, Bob, which
Yeah, but you and me, Mo, we got thick faces. I mean, like we're we're as
never-
kapal as kapal can come. I mean, in a sense.
totally. And what I want to say was, never has my feelings been hurt about what has been said about me ever. You know, I've never been like, oh my god, I'm so offended.
Oh my god,
Never.
he called me a douchebag.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
no.
I've had tabloids or Mo. I mean, they'll talk about my dick. They'll talk about anything. You know, anything they'll hit you with, they'll grab it and they'll throw it at you. Never have my feelings been hurt. So yes, you're 100% right, Carlos. You have to be built for that. While there are other people who you criticize even in a light, like, encouraging manner, and they're going to get super offended and defensive and stuff like that. It does depend on your ability to take that shit. And if you're built well, if you're built strong, Bob, then I think you'll do fine. Especially if they're courting you the way that you say they are. You know, if they're really after you, then sayang.
And
Might as well give it a
I
shot.
enjoy acting, and I think I'm smart smart enough to know that. Like what people
Well, here's
say,
the thing.
like,
I don't think you sound smart. I think you actually sound kind of stupid.
There, how does
just
that
testing
feel?
you.
How does that feel, right? See, things are going to happen
You have
like
to be
that.
ready for that. Yeah, you have to be ready for that.
I mean, like somebody's actually going to probably people are probably not going to think you're as good looking as you are. People are going to try and take you down, especially the higher that you go. And never underestimate. Let me give you this lesson, child. Never underestimate this little Filipino trait, also called inggit, in this town. People who will try to bring you down for no apparent reason and for no idea and for no desire except just to see you go down. So, as I say, we cannot understate this enough. Be strong, and if you are not strong enough, then this is not the business for you.
I think he's gonna be fine. Look, he was on hold for an hour and 20 minutes.
You're right.
This tough guy.
What's your name again? Can we see you? No.
Bob.
Hey, his
Bob,
name's Bob,
okay.
which is a bullshit. Yeah, well, there's no 14-year-old name.
I
Fucking
use
Bob.
the fake name.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Never
Right.
mind.
Do
I'm
me
just
a favor.
asking.
We'll put you on hold. Tell the guy on the phone what your Twitter account is, your Facebook. We want to see if you're as advertised. Okay.
Cool.
What?
Yeah, Bob,
Tweet us.
Give your Twitter name. Yeah, send me a tweet. Send Carlos a tweet. We want to see if you are in fact artista material. Okay.
All right.
We'll break down your photos. Hey, you promise. Send that fucking tweet. Thanks, man. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Let's go to another teenager and talk to Janara, 17 years old, on line 6, and we'll take a commercial break. Janara, you are 17 from, where are you from? I think Makati or
Why is
something?
everybody so young in today's show? I have to
Laguna.
watch my
Yeah.
language.
Fuck it. You're talking to the 14-year-old about sex tapes. I think he's fine. Janara, welcome to the show. What's up? Janara?
Hello. Yes.
Yes, another fake name. What's up? How can we help you?
About orgasm.
17-year-old orgasm. What can we do?
Can you please say your name? Say not 17 because everything would be illegal that we say.
Is it?
You're now
We're talking
21.
about
Yes, you're now 21. Okay, go.
Hold on, time. I'm talking about it. Is illegal?
I just don't think it's proper.
Yeah, it's funny because last week on the show, some girl called and she was 16 and she was like, "Yeah, so I'm in my room."
No, I'm
and
17.
I'm like, "Yeah, I know you're 17. Hold on, I'm talking about somebody else." So last week,
She's
this girl
76.
calls.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, she's 16 years old. She calls the show. And she's like, "I'm in my room. My mom walks in and me masturbating on Skype with a 26-year-old." And I'm like, "That's awesome. What position were you in? Like, were your legs wide open and you were like fucking you stab?" And I thought, you know what? This sounds kind of wrong that I'm actually having her describe to me what kind of masturbatory position she was in at 16.
I don't know. Well, anyway, let's just talk about it.
All right, let's move on.
Use
Okay.
euphemisms.
All right. Janara, what's up?
Yes.
Go. Your orgasm.
Hello.
What's going on?
I've never had one. That's the problem.
Oh.
You have a boyfriend? Or is this on your
Yes,
own?
for 4 years already. More than 4 years.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, you started when you were 13.
How
and you
old?
started at a young age?
Again?
You started
You
having
started
sex
having
at 13?
sex at 13 years old with your current boyfriend.
Yes.
How old is your boyfriend now?
He is turning 20 now, this month.
Solid.
Okay, that's
There you go. There you
not
go,
so
buddy.
illegal, I guess.
Okay, how about this? Janara, Let's just talk it like a medical kind of standard instead of this whole sexual thing. A lot of people don't have orgasms. A lot of girls don't have orgasms, especially at your age. I think if you are capable of having an orgasm during sex as a female, that ability, you get to harness that ability when you hit your mid-20s. I think early on right now, since you're a teen, you definitely I don't want to say that it's not going to happen. I think it'll happen in time. It does take practice, but there's something about your body where you can kind of, I might use the wrong word to say control it, but it'll kind of come to a point where you can expect it, you know what to do to get there, and that kind of kicks in when you're in your 20s for females. So I've heard from doctors. So I think right now, don't worry about it too much. If you masturbate and you can get an orgasm, then fine. If not, again, let's wait a couple years, and I'm sure in time it'll kick in eventually. But you have to know not all women have orgasms anyway. It's not like, if you don't ever have one, you're not like that rare gem. A lot of them don't have one. Okay? So you're fine. All right. And relax on having sex with 20-year-old guys. Please. Just kind of.
Yes, or calling us about it.
Yeah. Okay? All right. All right, baby. Thanks for the call.
That
Here's
felt
a question.
That felt so illegal.
Yeah.
That felt so illegal.
I love it. I love it how you brought that attention to me, because if you weren't here, I'd be like, yeah, baby, so what position? I would totally be
what
like,
position? I was like, wait, no, this is jailbait. Mo.
Oh, man. All right, here, let me ask you this. Unrelated. Somebody just sent this question. We got to take a break after this. Bonifacio Global City, Makati or Taguig?
Me, historically speaking, it probably always has been Makati. I remember it being Makati forever, ever in AMM. But just for the sake, because I just want to give that douchebag B-Night any more money, no, it's Taguig.
That's how I felt. I was like, God, you really want to give Makati
that
more
guy
love?
really has enough. Seriously. The last thing he needs is more money from freaking Fort Bonifacio.
B-Night must be thrilled about this pork barrel scam, because like guys who are presidentiables have just gone down. Bong, Jingoy, he'd be like, oh shit, now
wait,
no,
hold on. Who's saying that B&I will not be implicated in a now or in a future one? Trust me, the silence here is not necessarily mean that he's off the hook.
I just thought he would be thrilled. But you're right. I mean, you never know. A big name. You think more big names are going to come out?
I don't know. I think a lot of them, I mean, just considering already who are the names who are out there, like in there, Estrada, you got Revilla, Marcos. It really are people who could have been a contender in the 2016 elections. One can really actually wonder, like, was this a demolition job to make sure the Liberal Party has a clean win? But either way, I don't mind them exhausting all options, either abolishing Senate or change the parliamentary, or putting these back, or dealing with this issue. I mean, whatever the case is, let's just see this through.
May I say this, though, before we take a break? The guy just sent in his profile for the artistahin guy. No way, dude. No way.
He's listening to us.
You are the guy on Idol who fucking on the audition part, just like, yeah, listen, I've been part. My parents are singers. I've been in a band since I was a kid, and then just fucking fails. No way. I'm taking a break and I'm showing Carlos what the fuck I'm talking about.
I know. I've seen him. He's all right. Some pedophile.
You have become a politician, Carlos. What happened to you?
No, come on. Some Belgian pedophile will tap that. Okay, come on. Some Belgian pedophile will tap that. I'm telling you. It's just not your taste. But trust me, that boy is tasty to somebody out there. So, it's true. It's true. Tell me wrong.
He's tasty. Let's take a break. When we come back, last chance for your calls so we can wrap it up a little earlier tonight. It's Good Times with the Podcast Season 2. Brought to you by Globe. Don't go away.
Stay tuned. We'll return after this commercial break.
Stars, we're always on the move. It's really important for us to get better and stronger for every competition that we get into. For all the different lifestyles that we have, some of us are graphic artists, filmmakers. We still find ways to get together. We put a lot of effort in practicing and rehearsing. Minsan may mga biglaang shows or auditions, so it's really important for us to get connected. I use my Globe group messaging to get a hold of everybody else. Malayo na rin ang narating namin, marami na rin kaming napuntahan. So it's really important to get connected.
Take a little sunshine, drop a little rainbow, mix in a smile, and stay for a while. Sabrina's kitchen, what you waiting for? Sabrina's kitchen, always room for one more. Sabrina's kitchen, cooking up a storm. Sabrina's kitchen, always something new. Sabrina's kitchen, tables waiting for you.
I was dared through Boss Man to eat a spoonful of not sugar but cinnamon. So you guys, I don't cower down to a challenge. I take them wholeheartedly and with spoonfuls. And I'm going to take a spoonful of cinnamon.
I saw this on like 1,000 Ways to Die and the guy died. It was so sad.
Wow.
Okay, now say chubby bunny. I like the color of your lip. Are you here? Oh my god. She's gonna blow. You look like the Wicked Witch. So, how was your experience?
I need a raise.
What show?
That show! It's a show! You know, that show!
It's that show, pare.
Oh, that show. Oh. Yeah, that show's cool. We talk about
Oh, what does this look like?
vagina and
Like a double blowjob!
vagina.
Who is the asshole that decided to shave this shit off the entire planet?
Sometimes we like to talk about
It's like when you guys like high-fiving on a girl and then you're doing her in the butt and you're doing her in the mouth. High five, bro.
vagina. Vaginas.
And you're jacking off really intensely, but like massaging your balls and shit.
I'm not talking about a Chewbacca, man. I'm just talking about a nice little, you know.
Vaginas.
And don't miss that spot, like the cowper's gland. It's like in between your balls and your asshole. But not me, because I'm a guy.
Yeah, that's a cool show. You should watch it. I think we're on Tuesday.
We're always on the move. It's really important for us to get better and stronger for every competition that we get into. For all the different lifestyles that we have, some of us are graphic artists, filmmakers. We still find ways to get together. We put a lot of effort in practicing and rehearsing. Minsan may mga biglaang shows or auditions, so it's really important for us to get connected. I use my Globe group messaging to get a hold of everybody else. Malayo na rin ang narating namin, marami na rin kaming napuntahan. So it's really important to get connected.
Familiar with a game Chubby Bunny, but
what's like?
Have you played Chubby Bunny before?
No.
You put a marshmallow in your mouth, you say Chubby Bunny. And you keep putting it in your mouth, and you keep saying Chubby Bunny.
Okay.
Whoever can fit the most in their mouth wins. But we're not gonna say Chubby Bunny. We're gonna have a conversation.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah. So I'm gonna ask you, okay ka na ba?
Okay.
And you're gonna be like, okay na, okay na.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Go.
2 at a time.
Okay, I'll learn 2 at a time. Okay ka na ba? What?
Okay na, okay na. I just saw it.
Okay ka na ba?
Okay na, okay na.
Okay ka na ba?
Okay na, okay na.
What? Okay. No, that's disgusting.
What you've been missing on The Factory.
Were you the one who posted, James, regarding the guidelines when it comes to checkpoints?
Yes, I
was.
was.
That's fantastic.
Yes, I just made it up, but I thought it was. I mean, this time of year, right? Elections. You never let the truth get in the way of a good story. Okay. Children, do not follow this at home. I'm just kidding. Just so you know your rights. If you do get stopped by a checkpoint,
You are not allowed
We're able to verify
run
all
over
of
them.
these, James.
you're not allowed to run over them. That didn't make it here. So technically. Now, number 2. Upon approach, slow down. I guess that counts as not running them over. Dim headlights and
Slow
turn
down.
on cabin lights. Okay.
Cabin lights.
Lock all doors of vehicles during inspection. Since
Lock?
Lock.
They might get pissed off because
No,
you're locking
but that's the
doors.
thing.
Okay.
This is where they get you. And this is actually, I know we're making fun of it a little bit, but this is a serious issue. We've seen some people genuinely harassed. Drugs are planted and
they're
other
good
things,
stories.
A Justin Bieber CD is planted, which is even worse.
Oh,
yes,
no.
I've heard of that, And there's no defense for that. There's really no defense. Yeah, it's like, but Your Honor, we found this. Throw the book at him. And the
Then
CD as well.
then after that you have to submit your cell phone and everything. And next thing you know, you have a Justin Bieber ringtone.
Catch James Deacon and the boys on Counterflow Wednesdays 7:30 to 8:30 only here on The Factory. What you've been missing on The Factory.
Now we're gonna show you guys the new beta that just came out yesterday. Is God of War Ascension, the private beta
for PlayStation Plus.
PlayStation Plus.
Let's watch it, right? It's nice. Enrique playing already.
Yes.
Yep. There you go. And perfect timing. Perfect timing.
Well, before that, I was kicking ass.
So go with the theme of the show, how not to play.
It's Robot Rice and Friends with Alfonso Martinez, Mickey Han, and Nigel Zalameo. Fridays, 6 to 7 p.m. Only here on The Factory.
Girlfriend says she hates me.
It's Good Times with Mo, the podcast. Call the show tonight and get your love problem answered. Follow us on Twitter at GTWM Podcast and visit www.motwister.com.
Hey, listen, Carlos, I think you should open up an Ask FM account. I think you'd be brilliant there. And I know
What's an Ask FM account?
Ask FM is a site. It's kind of like a Twitter site, but people ask you questions there and you can just answer it. It's very much like Twitter, but if you kind of link it to your Twitter feed, you can actually... Well, the reason why a lot of people send in questions is because it's anonymous. So they don't have to put their name, and that kind of takes away some of that awkward feeling when somebody sends you a tweet. But you know
Wasn't there a site like that already? Kind of like
I think it was Formspring.
Yeah, whatever happened to Formspring?
I don't know. I don't think it ever caught on, or it never sustained its initial. I don't know.
I used to answer a lot of questions in Formspring. I answered quite a lot of questions in Formspring, and then it just disappeared.
Ask FM is there. Yeah, do Ask FM.
Okay, I'll check out Ask FM. I'm going to look at it right now. Okay,
it's awesome. I currently have 11,000 questions pending. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to be able to get to all of them, but it is. There's a pretty good following. You know, I've got 20,000 likes, for example.
The last thing I need is more social media. That's the last thing I need.
Right, but it's great. I mean, I think you would be great at it. I mean, I know that you probably don't have. Maybe you don't have the time for it anymore. But I mean, for your fans or the audience or people who want to pick your brain, it's a great way
I'll
because
try it
they're
right
anonymous.
now. I'm going to open up an account right now as we speak. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, and link it up to your Twitter, obviously, because that's where you have a lot. I mean, I don't know what your Facebook looks like, but your Twitter's pretty impressive. I think you're.
I actually go
knocking
through.
on the
I actually
door.
use Facebook more than Twitter, but my Twitter is more fun. More. How many do you have right now?
Oh, I mean, I think I'm at 850,000 or something.
Oh
like that.
wow. Okay, I'm
But that's different though. I have a show, you know. I mean, you don't have a show and you have 200,000, followers.
True.
It's
But then
pretty
there's also Ann
impressive.
Curtis, which is like 4 million, and you're like, what's that? Like, how did you get there?
Yeah, but she's got a daily.
Or like Bianca. Look at what's Bianca, 2 million.
Bianca is impressive.
That's like,
yeah,
I'm
see-
like Bianca. Like, what? You have 2 million? She's like, I don't know. How did that happen?
Yeah. See, and I understand because biggest movie star, part of one of those popular shows, Daily and all that stuff. I get it. It's on
Right?
TFC. It's on TFC, so you get a lot of it.
And Bianca's just like a normal person. She's like whatever. I find she's blogger, sort of like lifestyle English host, English speaking. She's English speaking. It doesn't have that much. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I mean, she doesn't do massa movies and get naked with Piola Pascual. It's amazing. She has 2 million. This is so impressive. I'm so impressed by Bianca.
Yeah, and then same. Well, I mean, with Georgina, for example. By the way, Georgina Wilson will be on the program next Wednesday. Pico.
How many does she have? Million also?
Oh yeah, man, totally. And that's what I'm like. But she's not even with a network. She has no show, so it's another thing. But at the same time, she's so good looking, and all her selfies are perfect.
Well,
and,
also, because also they cross over into celebrity. Like, I'm not really that kind of a celebrity. Like, when I lost my laptop, and seriously, I was kind of scared because, all of these Wally Bayola things were coming out, and I was just like, whatever. I was just like, fuck, my laptop's gone.
So there's a sex tape out there with you?
No, I got my laptop out,
Okay.
thank God. But anyway, I was just like, expressing my worry about everything. And Carl's like, Carlos, don't worry, man. Nobody's that interested in. You have a very niche market. It's kind of like finding out there's the Ambeth Ocampo sex tape. Like, who's going to watch it, right?
That's right.
So it's like, you got a point there. You're right. It's not. I'm neither Piolo nor Wally good looking.
No. However, I have to correct you because Wally, while you can say is a household name, but not really because he's maybe 6th, 7th most important cast member on that show. Skyrockets. Yes, skyrockets into the awareness of even us. Who doesn't give a fuck about Wally Bayola?
I've never heard of Wally until the show. I only heard of him because people thought it was me. Carlos made sex tape of you, and I was like, Carlos is sex tape. I'm like, what sex tape? And then I found it. It's like, what? Just see like some sort of like bushy eyebrowed bald guy, and you're thinking that we're all exactly the same.
Oh, that's so good.
Right?
I tell you, we talked about the Wally tape last week, so forgive me, people who've heard it. But what's the best part, man? It's aside from the cream pie, it's when he comes, he does the Villar check under his chin. You know that Mr. Pogi, the thing that we've all done as kids. He does that while coming on the fucking camera. You might have missed that part too. So
I'm going to actually download it right now as we speak. Just because I'm
so
ready
he's on
here.
top of the girl. He finishes and then he does the check on the camera under the.
And his
chin.
wife
It's
is standing
awesome.
by him, huh?
Oh,
I mean, like this. I mean,
for
all 3 inches of him, his wife is standing by those 3 inches. God bless her soul. God bless her soul.
Let's get to these calls. So anyway, by Ask FM, Carlos is going to open one. That's awesome. And by the way, I'm not plugging it because I'm working with them. I have no idea who does this, but it's just I think you would be great at it, and I seem to get a ton of questions, and I get a lot of questions right now. People, hey, ask Carlos this, ask Carlos that, and there you go. All right, let's go to line 6 and talk to Noel, who is 22 years old. Hi, Noel.
Hi, Mo. Super love that.
What's up,
song.
baby? I love that.
Just have a question because I'm actually separated and I have a kid, a 4-year-old kid. And what happened when my husband and I got separated is that my college friend and I went out, like we went on a date, and I think something is, I'm not sure if he's really into me. I asked him to be in a relationship, but he doesn't want to. Reason is we have a different religion, and because I'm married. So he's acting
that's a lot
like
of
a
baggage.
pussy. Yeah.
I'm sorry, you're like what?
So he's now acting like a pussy. Something like we're still going on a date, but he's like the girl in the relationship. So when I have this office mate, like the guy who's hitting on me, we had a one-night stand, and then he asked me for marriage, and he's really showing his affection every day. So I'm not quite sure if I should go with my office mate, who's really making me feel so special, or with this guy that I really like, my college friend, who's acting like the girl in our relationship.
I say neither of these guys. I mean, I'm more scared of your office mate that's offering marriage after a one-night stand. That's fucking creepy. I don't like either of these guys. But the other guy, obviously, he doesn't want a relationship. I mean, there's a lot of baggage that comes with you in his mind. Like me, I have no problem if you're separated and you have a kid, as long as you don't have like 3 kids. But if you have 1 kid and you're separated, I'm cool with that. That's fine with me. But to him, maybe not, and he doesn't want to get in a relationship like that. Or maybe he really wants to keep this fuck buddy status, and that's all. But if you're telling me who do you pick from these two, I'm picking neither. Carlos, anything you got on this one?
I'm standing by your opinion as well. Yeah, no, this is toxic. Move.
Yeah, it's.
You don't want to be. Because my college friend is actually saying that he really likes me and all. He also said that he loves me and such. I'm trying to go to their church, which he's asking me to. But then one time he told me that his mom says that I'm married and all, so there's nothing we can do about that, something like that. So he doesn't really trust me in getting an annulment and all that. And yeah, doesn't want to have a commitment.
I mean, this is already a fundamental problem in the whole thing. I mean, the man is willing more to stand by a belief rather than something that's real and right in front of him like you. Religion is probably one of the hardest things to sort of overcome when it comes to a relationship. I don't know, because this is coming up right now. It probably will come again later, unless this man is really worth fighting for. But obviously, he's not fighting for you. I would move on.
What are the 2 religions, if I may? I've done it before. Where
Nick, what are these religions? Catholic and
INC.
Okay, you're INC and he is.
Oh, no. He's INC and I'm Catholic.
What's that like, the INC? I mean, I don't have any INC friends. Are they fucking hardcore? I mean,
I have a lot of awesome INC friends. But I know it's a very conservative. When they really say that they are united, they are united. And when you marry into INC, you don't only marry INC, you marry the entire family and the entire church, pretty much. And I also believe that they have to invite you into the church. Like you just can't go there and say, hi, I'm INC.
Is it more Catholic or more like non-denominational Christian? Well, like the INC thing. It looks a little more Catholic.
I'm sorry?
Nice churches.
It's kind of like Catholic. It's like a streamlined Catholicism. And I actually think it really works for the Filipino mentality better than Catholicism does, because Catholicism is very, very permissive and it allows a lot of loopholes. Oh, let's confess and we'll all go to heaven, right? There's something sort of like.
I'm okay in converting to INC as long as I feel like I'm welcome to the religion, or I feel like the religion is okay. I'm not really a hardcore Catholic. I can go anywhere. It's just that his mother is saying that we cannot really be together because I'm married and I cannot have an annulment, something like that. And I'm just asking for. I'm not really asking him to marry me.
Okay, well, but what matters here is how does a guy treat you? Is his family taking more importance over you? And do you feel like he's throwing you under the bus?
His family is okay. It's just that right now he's acting like a girl. Like I'm asking him, like, do you miss me? And then he's just saying, yeah, something. No, he's not gonna say something like that. But he's gonna say, you should know it.
Okay, so he's already getting evasive and he's getting kind of wishy-washy towards everything. So you're kind of feeling unsure yourself.
Exactly. And the other guy, my office mate, is really showing affection. Like every day. Like
time out. Do you have sex with the guy? Do you have sex with the INC guy?
No.
Discipline. I like it. Right, cool. Good stuff. Well, listen, if he's going to be a pussy and you find him to be a little bit, soft, that's something that's not going to change. It's going to be like that.
Yeah, I think this is already an indication of his
his
overall character.
Right.
If he's wishy-washy right here, right now, he's going to be wishy-washy worse in the future.
So
I don't know. I'm not saying break up with this guy because he's INC or because you're different religions or because you're married. I say that you should get rid of this guy because he's not standing by you. He's being really wishy-washy. And he's not taking any real stand in where you are in his relationship.
And you're
by
going to
the
have
way,
a problem with that down the line.
Yeah.
Forever.
By the way, he knows that I had a one-night stand with my office mate.
Okay, that could explain why he's getting wishy-washy and pissed off. Okay.
Even before I had a one-night stand, he's like that. And then when I had a one-night stand with my office mate, he said, "Oh, maybe you love that guy because you're not going to do that if we don't." Something like that.
Well, he has a point there. He does have a point there. If you really did love this guy and you really had the hots for him, you really wouldn't have fucked your office mate. But now things are where they are. It's obviously hitting a toxic situation, and he's not standing by you anymore. I would move on. I would move on. This doesn't sound like a guy who's worth fighting for.
Noel, do you have a problem with being single? I mean, you're 22. You're just off of a marriage. I mean, is there...
You're
something where you
22 and you're off a marriage? Girl, break up
Yeah.
and stay single for a little bit, okay?
Right. Do you have
Take
a
it from
problem?
Lolo Carlos.
Are you scared to be single? Like, to not have someone there at all times? Because that's what it sounds like. It sounds like you're now just choosing to have somebody in your life, and you don't even really like this guy because he's a pussy, and this other guy, is blah, blah, blah. I mean, I feel like at 22, you should be single for a little while, love.
Because the thing is, my son is not with me I've been alone for the longest time in my life. I'm not really with my family. I'm just living alone. And I feel like at this moment, when I started to have a relationship, have a kid, get married, I feel like I was complete. And when that guy went off, had the different girl and all that stuff, I feel like I need someone else to fill that spot that he has been. Yeah,
but
if my son was here, I guess that's a different story.
Yeah, but that might not be the best thing for you, though. I mean,
Yes.
it's not the best thing for you because now
There's
you're
an
just going to rush
indicator
into
here.
the next taker.
There's an indicator here of a problem that's not only with the guys, but probably with yourself as well. I think you should step back for a bit and figure out who you really want and where you really want to go in direction. And where you want to go will determine the guy that will be with you. Do not just jump into a guy's relationship or into a guy's pants simply because you're lonely. That is the wrongest, is that even a word? Is that even a word?
Yeah.
Wrongest.
Well, I mean, it's a word.
It's
for
the
the show,
wrongest thing to do when you're trying to find a relationship. Loneliness does not equal, finding someone you're local does not equal the best decision in the world. Trust me. It's like being drunk. It's like you're making decisions on the most vulnerable moment of your life.
All right.
All right. One last question. Well,
Sure.
this is not about love. I'm thinking, because I stopped studying, I'm thinking of taking law, but I think I would finish studying like when I was 32, 33. So do you think I should still pursue it? Because I'm working right now.
12 years?
You
Yeah,
can.
law.
It's never too late to learn. Even if you're 60 years old right now and you ask me if you should go back to school, I'd say yes. School is always there for anybody of any age. Go.
I'm 35 right now. I'm still flirting with the idea of going to law school.
Are you 35?
You're telling me I'm 35. Yeah.
Wow.
You're telling me you're going to
I'm
finish
40.
3 years younger than. Are you 40?
Yeah, how did that happen?
How old's Wally?
I think he's 42. I think he's 40 as
Is he?
well. I think we're 1972. Yeah, he's my age.
Yeah, maybe that's why people think it's your tape.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, baby, go to law school, and I don't even think it's going to be that long. You're 22. You're going to come out when you're 34. I doubt it. I think you'll finish earlier than that. Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Mom. Super love you.
And you know what? That law, that busyness, that grind, that might be able to fill that void that you're looking for in this guy. And all of a sudden, you'll knock two things out. You'll get an education and you'll be single.
Void.
Yes. That's code for her vagina.
Yeah,
All right?
I'll try that. Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
That's code
Thank
for
you, Mom.
cream.
Super love you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
All right, baby doll. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Let's go to... What do we got here?
Caller number...
Akalia? I can never get this girl's name. I was trying to get it earlier. 25 years old, Alabang. How do you say your name? Line 5. Sorry.
Female Achilles.
Oh. So Akalia. Akalia?
Like as an Achilles heel? As an Achilles heel?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
an Achilles heel. Yeah. You just add Leia at the end to make it a girl.
Achillea.
Yeah,
That's
how
lovely.
it is.
It also sounds like a virus. I think my dog had Achillea.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Nevertheless,
listen.
it's a beautiful name.
During my college days, man, obviously a college guy, you're not getting a lot of sexual, not a lot of girls having sex with you. So, I would go the brothels, and I picked up a nasty case of Achillea. And, I mean, one round of antibiotics, I thought the doctor said it was going to be fine, but shit, it stuck with me for fucking 7 months. It was awful. That Achillea
7 months of STI?
Oh, and
too busy at work, and I was being assigned to different places. So we were talking to each other for like 3 months. And then now, I'm settled back here in Manila. So parang he wanted me to meet him, ganyan. And he wants to have sex with me. I don't know if I should say yes or not. But in reality, I kind of like him though, even though I know that we can't be together. Because, but I kind of like him though.
Okay.
Yeah,
so you want to know if you're asking us if we think you should have sex with this guy.
Yeah, if I
You
should
haven't
or
yet.
I should not. I haven't yet. I haven't. Even first base, I haven't.
We can tell by your voice. I can tell that you know. Here's the thing. Have you had sex before? Ever?
Yeah, I did. I
Okay,
did
just
that.
checking.
Yeah.
Okay, I just checking. Because I was hoping you'd say no, just so I could tell you, please, I mean, really, do you want to start your sexual career off with a guy like this? I mean, do you want to get involved with a guy who has a brand new baby, he's in a relationship, he's scavenging through the internet to find a girl, and then you get what I mean? This is a bad dude.
Yeah, there's no violins and candlelight I see here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it doesn't
he's
sound
not
like the
a
ideal romantic
good guy
situation.
at all. I mean, even if you pull romance out of the equation, Carl, let's just say you just want to have a casual guy. He's an awful person to choose.
Well, what
brand new baby, girlfriend, and he's on the internet looking for ass? I mean, really, that guy? That's the guy that you want to...
Well, it's also for curiosity's sake. For like, what attracts you to this person? Like, what is like the number one? His eyes, his blurred out. I don't know.
He has a very good eyes, and honestly, I'm attracted to guys with a very good sense of humor, like you, Mo. So
Thank you.
that's why.
And you've talked to each other, not just iChat, not just. You've seen each other.
Like we do sleep over the phone because I know I'm using
Sleep
close
over
phone.
the phone.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
It's
That's
like,
so high
'cause
school. I
you know
love
when
it.
you're, you know when you're using the Globe postpaid, right? And it would take it like 3 hours before the cut be disconnected. Ganon.
Yeah.
So every night, like before we sleep, we're talking until one of us fell asleep, ganyan.
Where's
and
his
then the phone
girlfriend
just shut
and his
off.
baby?
Ganon,
They just-
that's what we do. And then even if I'm at work, because I'm working in a call center. So I work as
Sure.
an AVP there and one of the call center there in Taguig. Yeah, and yun. So we're talking, we're vibering, we're texting, like everything, like really in a day-to-day basis. He's really part of my day-to-day itinerary already.
Time out. I want to learn something on my own here.
Yeah.
You know my Ask FM I was talking about, Carlos? There's all of these questions here that I get from girls who say, this guy asked me to have sex with him. In my entire life, and I don't know about yours, Carlos, have you ever asked somebody to have sex with you, or does you just have sex? Like, I don't. Is there a new kind of trend going, or maybe I was never part of this trend? Where
Like,
a guy
can we
actually
have?
goes out-
Can we like?
Yeah, I've never had that. I've always just kind of been at the moment. You know. you
Yeah,
get it
I
there,
don't
you
think
make
I've
out and have
actually
sex.
sort of preset anything. I'm trying to think. No, I think it was always.
Have you ever asked anyone for sex?
Hi, can we have? Can we have? I can't even form the sentence.
Exactly. But yet, you know, on my Ask FM, I'm telling you, again, I've got thousands of questions there from girls saying, the guy, I'm kind of, you know, I'm friends with this guy, blah, blah, what do I do? He asked me for sex. And just like this girl who's like, okay, I'm chatting with this guy, he asked me for sex. I'm like, what the fuck? He just full on said, hey, Akalea, listen, want to have sex? That's how it's worded and phrased? And
no, because at first he started to be like a really douchebag, and he's like telling me that you're
Shocking.
so good to say pass. You know that because at first I was resisting him.
Yeah.
And then I started to notice that he has a good sense of humor naman. So that's why I started to like give in and everything. Pero the proper wording is like, you're so pretty, you're so good to say no and to say pass. I don't know.
I think he might be playing you.
I don't know.
Of course he's playing her. You listen. Okay. Here's the thing. Every single person you ask this question to, whether it be us, Carlos and myself, you ask a friend, you ask a stranger, you put it on a forum as an anonymous person, you're going to get the same answer. No. No one is going to tell you to say yes.
Yes.
You know why? Because it's an awful situation to be in. It's an awful thing to do. And this guy's...
The numbers don't add up. The numbers don't make 1 + 1 = happy. It actually looks like 1 + 1 = shit show.
Yeah. The only person who wants to do this is you. And if you're looking for someone else to validate your feeling, you're not going to find it. No one is going to agree with you.
Exactly. But then again, you could also do exactly what you want to do. You could ignore Lolo Carlos and Lolo Mo, and because we're just old conservative fucks, and you can just do what you want to do. But don't come crying back to us when you finally realize that this man is douchebag especial. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. This is that's perfectly said.
Yeah, and what I'm afraid is like, what if I said yes? What if I given yes? Even as like for a game lang. And then it ended up na I would like loving him more or wanting him more. That's what I'm so afraid
Yes,
of.
because that will prove that you're gaga. So don't find yourself in a situation that you can prove to the world that you're gaga. Okay? You already see this coming. You see this coming, sweetheart. If you see this coming and you insist upon walking in it, you know what? That makes you an award-winning gaga. So, so you know that you know the answer, darling. You know it.
I'm just confused, or I'm afraid that if I said no, he would stop texting me, and
no, you're just asking people to validate you because I don't know. Well, as long as you can.
It's hard. See.
Here's what it is. Here's what it is. You are only gonna be either heartbroken, left confused. There's just no positive. You're gonna call us back, and it's either gonna be Mo, I fell in love with him. That was all of a sudden he's no.
And now I have baby number 2 with douchebag. I have little douchebag junior with me. Because I hope you're also being safe the whole time, and everybody that I'm talking to on this radio show. I hope you're all being safe, you know, and using condoms and shit. Okay, all of you.
You're just in shark-infested waters. Do you want to get out of the pool, or you still want to swim around? It's up to you. We're telling you get out of the pool. Okay, it's dangerous in there.
Yeah.
But if you're in some sort of crusade and you want to take some nice photos of teeth and blood and all, then fine, feel free, keep swimming there. But it's dangerous.
You don't. You know
and
the
you sound
answer.
Like a pleasant,
and you sound like a smart
girl.
Why is it there's some of the smartest girls have the stupidest ideas? It blows my mind.
You know what it is.
It really blows my mind.
She found someone smart too, and it doesn't mean he's a good guy. You know, and maybe you're really attracted, and he's a rare gem because all the other guys you kind of hang around with are either this or that. And
nakakabobo talagang titi.
Yeah, because he outsmarted me. That's why. Maybe that's the reason why. Well, I'm honest though. He outsmarted
Carlos,
me. I mean, he's like the
hilarious.
first guy who outsmarted me. Like other guys is like, okay. Something like that.
Hold on, time out. Enough about your stupid problem. I'm going to talk about Carlos. Oh, no, I'll hang up with you. Then I'll talk to Carlos about something about Carlos in a bit. I'll tell you. Okay, we're going to say it for the 15th millionth time. Akalea.
Don't do it.
It's bad idea.
Walk.
Yeah.
Walk.
Trust me. You sound like a really nice person.
Don't be drunk on dick. Don't be drunk on dick. Okay.
You sound like a really good person. I mean, really. You sound
You sound like really smart. You're really working for a call center.
You're AVP. That sounds important. So just don't make stupid decisions, okay? Think of it as one of the people under you that's making, performing awful on a phone call, and you're just like, hey, stop it. You're making stupid.
And you're already online. Find somebody better. Find a foreign guy, another guy from Cebu, or something like that. There's more fish out in the internet sea.
Yeah.
So
find someone who doesn't have a girlfriend.
Seriously, you're already brave enough to try the internet dating world. Trust me. Don't stop at this. Go further. All right. Keep sending letters out there.
Plus, on the side note, somebody's like courting me for like 6 months already. He's a childhood friend, and he's an attorney sa San Francisco.
Oh, ayun! Yan! Mga ganyan. That's what I like to hear, mga attorney na single na ewan. That's what I want to hear you dating, okay? Not sorry situations. You know what's good for you. This is probably just the one that got away. This is just the one that's unresolved. That's why you're curious about it. Be smart. Be smart.
Yeah.
Get off of this. All right, Akalea. That's what somebody just tweeted.
You know what?
#Akalea virus.
I don't know, maybe it sucks when you only have like one boyfriend for your entire life and now you have this guy.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the reason why.
Yeah.
You sound fine. I'd hate to see you hurt, and you're gonna get hurt. I can actually like you. I like you a lot. All right. Thanks for the call, love.
Yeah. Anyway.
Have a good one. All right. Anyway, goodbye. So, Carlos, last time you've been on the podcast, so you've been on twice, we're always trying to formulate shows, and there's this one foreign guy he's a fairly large following. He's got as many followers as you do on Twitter, and he's like, I want to put up a show, and this guy's out of New York, not Filipino at all. And he's like, I want to put on a show, complete white dude. He writes for Cartoon Network, or Comedy Central or something like that. And we're trying to put a show together for sports. And he's like, you know what? Listen, because he also commentates sports and stuff. He goes, you know what, though? If I had a dream program, it would be this. Me, you, Georgina Wilson, I'm like, of course, and Carlos Celdran. I'm like, Carlos Celdran? How the fuck do you know Carlos? He goes, I heard him on your podcast. The guy is fucking nails. He's fucking hilarious.
He's nails.
Smart. He's all. It's like in a.
Nakakabobong Titi was a classic, wasn't it?
It still doesn't beat your. It doesn't beat your cocksucking.
Your God-made cocksucker. Yeah, your blessed God-made cocksucker.
That was awesome.
I wonder what he's doing now. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. Oh, you should have seen, man. There are questions. Obviously, I mean, if you're not here every day but there are questions here sometimes where I wish you're here. Like, there are just some things that, like, God, there's nothing. I don't have the ability to be Carlos, who will give you this one
to be as
T-shirt.
Succinct.
T-shirt, bumper sticker, just perfectly put together, both funny and yet smart. And sometimes
there's nothing smart about nakakabobong Tite, but it's so true for some girls, man. It's just so true for some girls. It's like, seriously, I've Fulbright scholars, freaking UP, valedictorians in my school, just when it comes to dick, and they just go stupid. It's amazing. It's amazing. Makes me wonder what
there's a guy equivalent. I mean, come on, there's the.
I don't think we get that crazy over pussy. I really don't think we do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we do, but it's not that. If we don't go blind, we don't go dumb, we don't, we still hear. We'll do crazy things to get it, right? But we won't. But when we have it, it doesn't make us dumb. We're dumb when we're trying to go get it. But once we have it, we don't get stupid. They do.
Fair enough.
They're all smart enough, then all of a sudden when they have it, they just get all,
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that one. And yeah, so I guess it's harder to be a girl because you can be attracted to so many things about a guy, and he could be in the worst situation, like this guy who is fucking.
I just remember in high school, the girls just loved the biggest douchebags. Like, if they were an asshole and they treated the girls like shit, then every girl would want to take him to the prom. It just blew my mind. I guess they just like him because they were dangerous, or maybe it's a self-esteem issue that comes. Yeah, it's a self-esteem issue that comes with being a teenager, mistaking sort of negative attraction for positive attraction. I don't know, but the people who suffered were the nice guys. The nice guys who were
I get
geeks.
that question also a lot. It's like, why do guys? I mean, this is a million peso question people have been asking for years. Why do girls like bad guys? And I think if I was going to put an answer, it would be that it's confidence. Girls like confidence because you seem like you know something and that you are an expert
doing
at something.
and you're doing you a favor by
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
Confidence.
That makes sense. Yeah.
All right. Last call and we're out of here because I know it's 11:30 or pushing 11:30. Let's go to. We got a bunch of calls. Let's just take one last one. Let's go to YOLO. Jesus Christ, is really obviously? Can you just think of a human name instead of these fucking stupid hip hop fucking yes yo bullshit? YOLO.
YOLO.
Yeah. Hi.
Are you female?
Hi.
You're a girl? YOLO.
Yep.
YOLO means you only live once, no?
Yeah, but I mean, come on, get a real name. Like, sometimes people because sometimes they'll contact the show via internet, so they think that they have to have a chatter name, like, hi, I'm Dark47. It's like, fuck, please just try to have some sort of human element to it. All right, anyway, whatever, YOLO, let's just pretend that's your real name. What's going on, baby? How can we help you?
All right, well, I was just going to ask you, what will you do if you're in Wally Bayola's position? Like, everyone in the country saw your sex video having sex with a beautiful girl, and knowing that you could lose everything that you worked hard for. So just want to know your answer. for that.
I don't think that last part is true. I don't think you lose everything you work for. I mean, obviously it's different Philippines and say a celebrity sex tape in the U.S. because you're talking stardom when you're in the U.S. I don't think they're gonna lose anything. Maybe some endorsements you can lose. But what do you think?
What I mean is that your family, basically the main reason why he's working hard is for his family, right?
Mm-hmm. So, that's why the family's also standing by him. You work so hard, we'll grant you a sex video.
So
really, if the man is paying for everything in that family, I don't blame. I mean, of course, his wife is going to stand by him and everybody else.
But awful though, right, Carlos? Well,
it's awful, but it's the awful reality as well.
Fair. All right.
So never don't bite hands that feed.
Let's just say Carlos Celdran comes out tomorrow. Considering what you have on your plate today, Manila tourist consultant, tour guide, internet celebrity at the same time. You have all of these things going for you. Are you going to be in the shits, or is this the end of the world?
I don't think so. I don't think. If it doesn't, even if I get caught smoking marijuana or something like that, I don't think people say, "Oh my God, it's so out of Carlos's character." Like I never thought of that. Like, oh my God, I never thought he'd do such a thing. I don't think it'd be pointless. I don't think it would go as viral just simply because it'd just be me in it.
I don't agree. I think you're being humble. I don't agree. I think it would be very viral. Continue.
But I don't think it would have any long-term lasting effect on my career.
Yes.
Like when I lost my laptop, the only thing that my wife said is just make sure that we look good in the video.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. Do we look good? I'm like, yeah, I guess we do. It's like, fine. And besides, it'd probably be a video of a married couple. Like, how boring is that? Like, how boring is boring?
How about your family, though? Let's talk the angle she threw out there. What about your family? How are they going to be this?
My mom and dad would be... I don't think they'd be embarrassed. They'd just be like, Carlos, what the fuck did you do again? Come on, after Damaso, what can shock my mom? After going to a church and going to jail, what's gonna shock my mom and dad? A sex tape?
Well,
I doubt it.
It's different because the sex tape in the Philippines is so scandalous. While your thing was admirable, like we actually rooting for you. You had an entire nation, maybe not an entire, but a good chunk. Actually, it could be complete instant fans of yours, and I don't know, man. You're kind of, it's almost heroic in a sense, and. Sex tape is so scandalous that I don't know. And it's funny because the guy takes so much of the blame. Like when these sex tapes come out, it's so much of this like putang ina, that manyakis guy, and I'm like, they were both looking at the camera when he put the fucking camera on her pussy while the jizz was coming out, she made it bubble. I mean, they both wanted.
She made it bubble. There's a word for
bubble.
that, isn't there? Like bubbling or.
Accolade.
Champagning or something. There's a word for it. Like the French bath. I don't know. There's a word for that.
I'll look that one up. But I mean, you get what I mean. It's like
queefing.
I don't think it's as scandalous anymore. I think Hayden took the great big.
Yeah, it's becoming such a thing already. I think we're like overexposed to sex tapes already. I think we already hit ad nauseum already when it comes to sex tapes.
Yeah.
If I see two more come out, I really would not be interested in like the third.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Two more out of the same person, like
or of like anybody. Like, who would you want to see in a sex tape right now that would actually be of any interest to anyone? Oh, you have a list. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. There's some people. Yes. Okay. Like the Noi Noi sex tape. Would that be of any interest to anybody?
Oh, of course.
You think?
Would be all over. Hell yes, I would be all over that shit. A fucking Noi Noi. Pinoy sex tape. Fuck yes. Totally.
Okay.
Because I want to see how much like the girl fakes it, that she's having a good time. Like, oh, Mr. President, your fucking dick is so big. It's like, yeah, right.
Right? And you think the president would cream pie? I don't know.
No, but I would be more interested in the audio of the tape than really the video.
The president's cream pie.
Yeah, I just want to see what the presidential moan sounds like.
Oh.
What would I do if a sex tape came out? I'm trying to think.
Don't you have one? No, you didn't have one.
No, I don't. I have a dry humping tape that came out.
Not the same.
Ex-girlfriend's computer. Yeah, and you know what I do? Here's what I do with my sex tapes. I make sure that everyone aware, just in case it leaks, I commentate in the beginning the parameters of what's going on. Like, Every sex tape, it's like, okay, hi everyone, this is a sex tape. Just in case it leaks, just want you to know that the consent of the female is yes. I'm saying yes. This is the equipment we're using. This is the area we're at. Just so if it ever leaks, you're not gonna fucking blame it on me. That in fact, this is not my computer. This is someone else's. I made sure to do that in the beginning. And
yeah. But if we're gonna make a sex tape, don't put face. Seriously, don't put face. Number one rules of doing your own sex selfies. If you're gonna do one, do it of your face only or do it of your body only. Never together. Because really, that's just the number one way. Because there's no way to deny. Any other way you can deny. Right?
I'm pro sex tape just as long as you encrypt the fuck out of it. Like super encryption. Never just leave it in folder after folder after lost somewhere in your hard drive. Has to be encrypted immediately.
And also learn to put everybody out there, put passwords on your laptops. Put passwords on your laptop. Number one thing, put passwords. If you don't, you're just being stupid.
Now YOLO, do you have a sex tape?
No, of course not.
Oh, sorry.
So why the interest in the topic? Do you want to make a sex tape? Why the obsessed? Not I'm saying you're obsessed, but like why the interest?
No, because I just saw the tape a couple of hours ago.
And what did you think of it?
But you have taken a photo of yourself nude, as we established earlier on the show that 97% of the people have. You have at least taken a photo of yourself naked and deleted it. Yes?
Yeah, when I was younger, yep.
Ooh, even better. Okay. All right. Well, that's it. I mean, I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do personally. I think it would bother me for a day, but then life would go on immediately. And I think what Carlos said is right, that we've all kind of accepted it as even something a lot of people do, and won't be so scandalous, I guess. Even though it is, I think Hayden took the brute, like, just all of the hate and all of this and stuff from. I think he took it for everybody, and after that, any sex tape is not a big deal.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's just a mere shadow of Hayden. He is the patron saint of sex tapes. He really is.
Totally. I agree. Have you seen Chito Miranda's, Carlos? The lead singer?
I've seen Chito Miranda's. Yeah, it's actually it was actually pleasant. I mean, it was
except the cum face at the end is my favorite.
The film quality was better, and sort of like putting his boob face into her boobs was kind of amusing.
But what about the cum face? That didn't that to me was the highlight. The whole where he was like chloroform his own face, where he was trying to like. Like when you kidnap somebody from behind, you put your hand over their mouth and you kind of struggle with them and you throw them in the van. He was doing that to himself.
Well, that's cinematic. That's cinematic cum face. This is a man who knew he had a camera on him, and that's what he's doing.
True.
As I said, we're living in the day and age of the selfie and the vanity. This is a man who was, had his own Kubrick in his head, directing his own videos. And the thing is also, a lot of people don't realize the reason why you look so good in your own videos, or you think you look good in your videos, is that you're actually seeing your face and your body in reverse. Because when you're filming yourself on one of those selfie things, you're actually seeing a mirror image of you, and you're not actually seeing yourself as the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
your Mac, when you're doing it in your Mac, you're actually looking at a reverse picture of yourself. And apparently that changes the way people look completely. And apparently you look more asymmetrical when you're reversed. Apparently, Sharon Cuneta only has pictures printed when she's in reverse.
Really?
Yeah, because apparently we all look better in reverse. Okay. And that's one of the reasons why I think people actually get really into selfies, because they actually think they look better. When in reality, when you see it in real life, it doesn't quite look the same.
Yeah, but that's true. No, I mean, I get what you friends of mine who are really into selfies, they always, aside from only picking the shots that they like,
they look slightly better.
Yeah, they do.
As opposed to a picture that you take when you're taking a regular shot. Yeah.
Yeah, 15% better.
This is fact. Yeah.
Thanks, YOLO. Appreciate it. Have a good night. Enjoy.
No worries.
Happy sex taping.
Yeah. We got to thank Carlos for being here. Carlos, man, you're awesome. As always, just as advertised. You're
Look
perfect.
this up. Mr. Happy and Mr. Hands and 2 Girls, 1 Cup. Look at that.
Mr. Hands? What's that about? Obviously 2 Girls, 1 Cup. I think.
Oh, you remember Mr. Hands is the guy who died fucking a horse? It's this guy from Seattle. It became an episode in CSI. They found this dead guy in front of a hospital in Seattle, and his entire intestines were perforated. And so they went over to his house and they found a videotape camera, and they opened it and they found that the guy fucked his horse. And it was part of this whole sex ring of horse fuckers. And so if you look at it online, you can see the guy actually being screwed by the horse, and you can actually figure the moment when he died. Whoa, that was deep.
Do you have a?
You can't live through that.
might be a broad thing, but I know we got to go, buddy. I'm sorry, but do you have a wildest sex escapade, like just the craziest shit that you've ever done in the you know?
Are you talking to me or are you talking to somebody? Are you talking to Yolo?
No, you. No, you.
If I did, I don't know if I'd be able. I could just. We'll just leave it as a yes, and we don't have to go into detail anymore.
Really, you wouldn't tell us. Hey, the guy who just said, "Yeah, I would like if I got caught smoking pot, it's cool." Come on. You ever sex like what in Luneta? Do you ever? I mean, like you ever?
Just put it this way: I used to live in East Village in the New York City in the 1990s, and we can just do the math. Just do the math.
Massive orgy.
Why not?
That's where I'm going. I'm going with massive orgy.
Yeah, you could just throw things out there, and I'll just just pretty much everything except animals and children.
Bestiality. Wow.
Everything but animals and children is my basic rule that I live by.
Okay, how about this? Most people involved in an orgy that you've been involved in.
I can't count.
What?
It's a
More
dark
than
room.
10?
It's a dark room. How can you remember?
Really?
Well, but this is New York in the 90s, and as I said, there was a very young man. We do lots of stupid things. I don't remember how many.
Give me
people
ballpark. 25 people.
No, not that much.
Okay, fuck. That would be awesome.
This is not the 70s. This is the 90s.
I've never had.
This wasn't the 70s.
Never been invited to an orgy party. I'm so jealous. I hear these kids from Poveda.
No, apparently all these kids are doing this sort of things nowadays.
Yeah.
And apparently, yeah. No, apparently like they have these like sort of lipstick parties and stuff like that, and like.
No, there's professionals too. Like there's a doctor's orgy, there's a lawyer's orgy, like there's like there's a white collar orgy. You know, it's like they're like themes, and I've never been fucking invited.
I'm not on their. We're not on their mailing list, and that could be a good thing.
They're like, hey, you want to invite Carlos Celdran to the orgy? Yeah,
just tweet me at carlosceldran.com, and we'll cover it for our next episode of NMF. Our next episode of Good
from
Times.
Ipulaga? No. Don't want him here. Carlos, you are heaven sent. Thanks for being here tonight, man. I
as usual, from douchebag to douchebag. Call me anytime.
I appreciate that. You're the best. Carlos Celdran on Twitter. Check out his website, of course. And, if you have a pothole problem or any other kind of, like, say, your house is leaking and you live in Manila, Carlos Celdran's the way to go.
Or you have problems with, like, getting an orgasm and a French boyfriend's got a small dick. Give me a call.
That's right. No, but on the serious, though, Carlos, do you need to plug anything for the city of Manila that, encourage people to whether it be...
Well, all of the tourism efforts that I do in Manila, from throwing parties in the gay district to free walking tours to art exhibits to parades and stuff like that, are all under what's called the Viva Manila hashtag. So go to the Viva Manila hashtag or go to the Viva Manila page, and it'll talk about every activity that is happening between CCP Complex and Binondo, also known as the Tourist Belt.
I can't think of a better guy to be involved in that than you. And I mean, because you're not greedy, and you do a good job, and you seem to care. I
seem.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Is it's genuine?
Absolutely
right?
Absolutely not.
No, fuck. All right, never mind.
I can fake it just like the rest of them.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for being here, buddy. You're the best.
Anytime.
Love you here. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll wrap it up. We'll say our goodbyes to Carlos now. All right, Carlos, later. Taking a break. When we come back, I think we have our Globe Caller. What's this? Glad to be Globe Caller, if I'm not mistaken. So that'll come up in just a few minutes, and then we'll say our goodbyes. It's Good Times with Mo, the podcast, Season 2, brought to you by Globe. Don't go away.
Stay tuned. We'll return after this commercial break.
With All Stars, we're always on the move. It's really important for us to get better and stronger for every competition that we get into. For all the different lifestyles that we have, some of us are graphic artists, filmmakers. We still find ways to get together. We put a lot of effort in practicing and rehearsing. Minsan may mga biglaang shows or auditions, so it's really important for us to get connected. I use my Globe group messaging to get a hold of everybody else. malayo na rin ang narating namin, marami na rin kaming napuntahan. So it's really important to get connected.
Vaginas. And you're jacking off really intensely, but like massaging your balls and shit. I'm not talking about a Chewbacca, man. I'm just talking about a nice little, vaginas. And don't miss that spot, like the cowper's gland. It's like in between your balls and your asshole. But not me, because I'm a guy.
Buti ako sa mata lang. Hindi naman nagkakap yun. Dapat pala caution mo na yung pinasa natin.
Join your host, Carlos Nazareno, on Live, Love, Lols every Thursday, 7:30 to 8:30, only here on The Factory.
Banjo player and vocals of the Post for Viking Band. Alam mo sa akin isang araw lilipad ka. Hindi, nasabi ko lang kasi wala tayong makapasama.
Sa bagong umaga, huwag na maghintay, umahon ka na.
Pronunciation issues, kaya hindi pwede yun.
Dadaan na naman si Lunes, mag-a-adjust ka na naman ng tulog mo. My girls.
Private beta
for PlayStation Plus.
PlayStation Plus.
Let's watch it, right? It's not. It's Enrique playing already.
Yes.
Yep. There you go. And perfect timing. Perfect timing.
Well, before that, I was kicking ass.
So go with the theme of the show, how not to play.
It's Robot Rice and Friends with Alfonso Martinez, Mickey Han, and Nigel Zalameo. Fridays, 6 to 7 p.m. Only here on The Factory.
Friend says she hates me.
It's Good Times with Mo, the podcast. Call the show tonight and get your love problem answered. Follow us on Twitter at GTWM Podcast and visit www.motwister.com.
Back on the program here on this Wednesday night. I want to thank our guest, of course, Carlos Celdran, who was on the program, did a good job, fine job as always, and we hope to have him back on the show soon. This podcast, of course, brought to you by Globe. Globe Store on the Go is a fully functioning mobile store. I want you guys to check this out because it's deployed in far-flung areas where customers need Globe services. So imagine wherever you find yourself out of town, there's no need to take a long trip back to the city. Globe goes to you. And that is something new from Globe, the Globe Store on the Go. Speaking of Globe, it is time for our Glad to be Globe segment here on the show where we ask one of our listeners to give us a ring, tell us why they're glad to be part of the Globe family. And they'll win themselves $500 load as well as a tattoo stick. And we're talking to Neil tonight. Neil, on the show. What's up, buddy? Line 5.
Hello, hi.
Neil. Hey, Neil. Neil, I'm going to throw $500 load your way. Tell me, why are you glad to be Globe? Did we lose Neil? Did we lose Neil, or am I disconnected?
Neil.
Anyone want to jump in there?
No.
Whoa!
Sorry, no Neil.
No Neil. Neil got disconnected. All right. Well, we'll try to get him back.
Hold on.
But why don't we do this? Let's go to the caller of the night, and then we'll go back to Neil after the caller of the night so we can do something here. So caller of the night, I would go with Akalea. Akalea, the one yung nakakaboba talagang tite. Akalea, back on the program. Thanks for being here, love. Congratulations.
Hey, how are you guys?
We're good. So here, listen, dear. Now that Carlos is gone, it's a little short heart-to-heart talk. Don't date that guy. Please. He's a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Please. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm done. All right, caller of the night, your chance at winning a variety of prizes. We have an iPad. We have a cell phone, a brand new cell phone out there as well. We've got... Why don't we put the iPad, the cell phone, and give me like a slightly less valued prize we have. Put a gift pack in there. So we have 3 boxes. iPad, cell phone, gift pack. 1, 2, or 3. All you have to do is pick a box, and let's find out what you win. Ready to go? Pick a box.
Yep, ready when you are. I'm gonna pick number 2.
2. I don't know about you, but I'm picking number 2.
You win a Globe tattoo stick, and we're gonna throw in a Good Times with Mo gift pack with that.
What?
Hey, thanks.
She got their cell phone at least, or
She did.
iPad?
Yeah.
Where was the iPad?
The iPad was in box number 1.
1.
Yeah.
And then number 3, cell phone.
Yep.
Oh, all right. No worries, Akalea. You can get that tattoo stick and use it to chat with that dude, but no sex, okay?
No. I will actually he was listening, and he called me, and I was like, I think I'm gonna, and I told him now, I think I'm gonna take the right path of life, because I told him in one way or another, I'm the loser, because I know I won't get him. I know I won't win him.
Right.
And he told me na lang na, on our perfect world, I would have picked you, and on our perfect world, yeah, we could have been together if I had met you earlier. Something like that. I don't know.
Eh, that's not really true, but because he could still easily pick you now. It's just he's not gonna. But anyway, regardless, thank you for the call. Congratulations. I hope you call back.
Yay, thanks,
at any time you have a
guys.
question out there. Please throw it out, even if it has nothing to do with you. It's just one random question that you guys want to ask about about anyone's love life, sex life.
Hey,
career.
Mo,
Just
you
throw
know
it around.
what? I saw you
Yeah.
in Vegas before.
Really? Yeah, I go here.
Yeah.
I go there a lot, actually. So, yeah, cool. We should say hi next time. Yes.
Yes, and
Thank you.
I hope your dog will get well soon.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
All right.
love. Have a
Thanks,
good one.
guys. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Let's get our call. Is it our Globe? Glad to be Globe caller. Is he there?
Yep.
Go. Neil, back on the show.
Hey, what's up? I'm really sorry.
No problem. It was an accident. No worries. What's up? Why are you glad to be Globe?
I'm the class president of our class, and it's really nice for Globe to have different promises that I can send to all. I can send announcement to my classmates who are on different networks and also on Globe. So I'm really I'm glad to be Globe.
Sounds good. All right, $500 load plus a tattoo stick as well. Thank you very much, Neil, for being part of the show
you so
tonight.
much.
We appreciate you. You're the best, man. Thanks.
Send
Have a good one.
regards to Bamboo.
Oh, man, look at all you people. Are so nice to my dog. Thank you. That's very kind of you as well. All right, buddy. Let's wrap it up tonight. We'll see you guys tomorrow with Kat Alano on the program. And, I want to thank Carlos Celdran again for being here today. I want to thank the people who download the show, the staff, the people in the chat room, and everyone else who supports this. Have a great evening. Bye, guys.
Good Times with Mo, the podcast, was executively produced by Mohan Gulata, engineered by Miguel Alfindo, and operated by Icon Media Inc. Special thanks to Magic 89.9. You can follow Mo on Twitter at www.twitter.com/DJ Mo Twister. Email him at goodtimeswithmopodcast@rocketmail.com.
Check, Mo.